Let's turn our focus to Nigeria's mounting road safety challenges for our second big story for today. It's a crisis that continues to claim thousands of lives annually. Reports have consistently highlighted alarming statistics with accidents caused by reckless driving, poor road conditions, and weak enforcement of traffic regulations. Now, beyond the numbers and families shattered and livelihoods lost, making this an issue that demands, immediate and sustained action. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, and other stakeholders have emphasized public enlightenment, stricter compliance with traffic laws, and enhanced road infrastructure as solutions. But the question remains, how do we implement these strategies effectively? A significant part of the solution lies in creating a culture of safety and accountability on our roads. And so today, we spotlight efforts to address these concerns while examining the role of authorities and citizens in curbing the epidemic of road accidents. Joining us for this important discussion is Elizabeth Jayeola. She's a route commander and public enlightenment officer for the Lagos sector of the FRSC. Mrs. Jayeola, it's a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Good morning. I mean, you are deeply into public enlightenment, clearly, this campaign and you being here. How would you describe the current state of our roads, especially with dirty December?
Oh, well, our roads are fantastic for now, as against what we used to have back in the years, if you understand what I mean. We have, fantastic roads now. But what we do not have is the compliance of people to their speeding and their safety on those roads.
And that's what's causing the accidents, aren't it?
Definitely. When the roads are bad, we complain, oh, the roads are bad, the roads are bad. But when the roads are good, instead of us to go, on the level that we're supposed to go on, we speed it out. We want to get to where we are going because the roads are now smooth and, we can easily go now. We want to go to where we used to go on 45 minutes. Now we want to apply it at 5 minutes. So you see where the problem lies. So
reckless driving, it has remained a major issue when it comes to...
It's a major issue.
So what specific interventions is FRSC, taking to ensure that Lagos drivers are, adhering to the road rules and sticking to the speed limits?
This is one of it. This is one of it. Public enlightenment is one of it. If you realize, we've done quite a lot of things this Ember month. One of them is going to the parks to enlighten people. And then the Corps Marshal, Sheikh Mohammed FSI, introduced something beautiful this season. We call it town hall meetings, where we have to talk to people, the stakeholders, the road safety stakeholders, under the same canopy to make sure they understand our message. And then we are propagating that the passengers hold the drivers responsible for their reckless driving. So it's not just about drivers, as it used to be in those years. Now we are targeting the passengers. Let them speak out. We want them to speak out. In the Yoruba, we say sorosoke. You get? Okay, we say sorosoke, so that they can hold those drivers responsible for their reckless driving.
Right. And so, yesterday, I went my night crawling activities, and unfortunately, I had to turn back. You know what I mean? Just because all the IJGBs are back into our city, and they have covered our roads, every inch of our roads, and it's difficult to get to those parties like we normally do at the end of the, end of the year, because everyone is out there. And so when you get past the point where the traffic is at, it's like, are the evil spirits of the mayor of Lagos roads back? You know what I mean? But clearly, everyone is back in town. It can only make me imagine how your work is cut out for FRSC and all the other road officials. Talk to me about, the efforts being made, especially for this season with traffic.
Okay, the efforts we're making for this season is to bring all our tools, all our hands on deck, put everything in place to make sure that the roads are safe for people plying the Lagos roads. If I say Lagos citizens, I will be putting out the people who come here to do their daily businesses. So it's for everybody because Lagos is a commercial hub. So people come in and out of Lagos. So we're putting all our tools out, our vehicles, our tools, our devices, our staffs. We're bringing everybody out to make sure that, you know, we put safety as a priority for everybody.
Now, in working and putting all of your team out, there's also issues that you might face. There's a video that we have we're going to roll of a certain lady who was, as you can see in the video, they're harassing an official in his line of doing his job. And what was interesting about this is actually at the premises of FRSC. And you can see her there asking him not to touch her car, and she's like manhandling this man there. Very interesting sights, and you know, she's quite a strong woman, I would say. Giving him uppercuts to his face and blowing him at the face, and you know.
I think uppercut is the word.
The uppercut is a word. You know, she's giving him very nice right hooks on her hand there. You know, UFC style, holding him by his shirt, his jersey. I mean, Mrs. Jayeola, I have to ask you, right? Seeing this video, this is not in any way how to treat an official in uniform, no matter what the person's done to you, right? What are your thoughts on that video, and what is?
On this video, this is Lekki Command. It actually happened in Lekki Command, and you know, I want to give it to that Marshal again, HN Saidi. He did well. His composure was out of this world, you know. He was commended by the Corps Marshal and the Lagos State Sector Commander, Corps Commander Kehinde Amzat. He did very well. He did quite well. That lady didn't, she didn't do well at all. She didn't compose herself. She wants to know the funny thing. She was a passenger in that vehicle. She wasn't a driver. She was not the owner of that vehicle.
What?
Yes. The driver was stopped on the account of seatbelt violation and unavailability of valid driver's license, and then was impounded inside the premises of the Lekki Command. And then she went bizarre. It wasn't a vehicle. It belonged to another person she doesn't even know. And then she had to do this. So I said she didn't try at all. And this is just sending a message to everybody. Before we wore this uniform, we wear normal clothes too. We're humans, just in uniform. That's just the difference. We are part of the community. We are part of the larger audience of road safety. So as we are enlightening you, as we are trying to make you adhere to the traffic laws, we are also adhering to the same thing. We are enlightening ourselves. So it's not just the case of you being on the road. We also ply the road in our private vehicles, in our official vehicles. We walk, we are pedestrians as you. So if you look at it from the angle of officials, FRSC officials, or even any law enforcement agents being in uniform, first of all, think about the fact that they are also human. The only difference between you and them at that point in time is they are wearing uniform. So pick that and act on that before you go to do something that will land you somewhere you don't want to be.
Right. Very interesting. That video was, I don't know, she had very mean right hooks. That's what, her right hooks were so, like, yeah, it was very nice. And she just kept going, don't mind me, I'm joking. You're watching Breakfast Extra here on News Central Television. I'm Judith at TV. My guest today is Mrs. Elizabeth Jayeola. She's the Enlightenment Officer for FRSC Lagos chapter. And we're just talking about just basically the, you know, tackling the growing crisis of accidents and just traffic as well. As the IJG visit, I just got back. Population of Lagos is back in town. And you're welcome back. We'll continue with our discussion about road safety challenges and just road accidents, curbing them as we get into the Yuletide season. And Mazzino is back, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. That was a very interesting conversation that was happening, and I couldn't wait to ask some questions.
I know.
Yeah, I was listening. Regarding the instance that was shown with the video of the individual whom you confirmed wasn't even the driver of the vehicle, was actually a passenger.
Concerned Samaritan.
Now, let's talk violations. Now, the vehicle was initially impounded because there was a seatbelt violation, or was it the license?
And a valid driver's license violation.
So it makes me wonder exactly what the penalties for specific violations are. For instance, in this case where the individual had a seatbelt violation, was that enough to have the vehicle impounded? So let's talk about that. Seatbelt violations would attract what kinds of punishment?
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you as an operational person now, not a public enlightenment person.
Right.
So when you're stopped on the road on an account of a violation, we expect you to have your valid licenses, whether your driver's license or your vehicle licenses, your vehicle licenses, your roadworthiness, your insurance, and all what. And when you do not have this, we do not have any other way to have it done other than to impound you, have you pay for your offense, and then you pick your car and you go. It's a simple arithmetic.
Okay.
You understand?
So in the situation where he might have had all these other documents, especially his license.
He's booked, he pays, he's booked, then we retrieve his licenses to the office. He pays, retrieves the license, and he goes.
So he wouldn't have, it wouldn't necessitate his car getting
impounded.
Okay.
Unless there are some offenses that would warrant your vehicles to be impounded.
Like?
If your vehicle is overloaded.
Okay.
If you drive dangerously on the road, there's an offense we call dangerous driving. That's if you are speeding, if your vehicle is overloaded, you get to your vehicle gets to be impounded in the FRSC base, or if it's a joint operation where we do not have the FRSC base close to where we have the operation, we can have it impounded in a police base or another law enforcement agency base.
Facility. Okay. Very interesting. What about the lady who was the passenger? What happened to her? Was she handed over to another authority, or
he has been waiting to ask that question?
She has been charged to court.
To court?
Yes, she has been charged to
Is it
court.
traffic court or proper court?
Her case has started since that issue, since the very day that issue started, and the FRSC legal department have waded in. They are in charge of the case. As of yesterday, I heard that she called in to say she wants it to be settled out of court, but she went way beyond normal. So it's a case where we need to put her to serve as a deterrent to others who feel we are more of, we are trying to, I don't know, when people see us in uniform, I don't know what they see, but I want people to see us more as a partner in the road safety management, other than the way they see us. You know, so if they don't put her to book now, it demoralizes the staff. You know, not just the officer that was, other people too will feel, oh, if they do anything to me on the road, nothing is going to be done about it. So, you know, nobody is going to do it the way we want it to do. And when we don't do it the way the core wants us to do it, you don't get to enjoy what you get to enjoy on the road as of today.
So she serves as a cautionary tale. She's now going to serve as a cautionary tale to any offender who is thinking of giving right hook.
Judith, I don't know if you...
As she said.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
And UFC kicks as well.
That was, she probably had training. She probably had training.
She's going to represent Nigeria.
Let her represent Nigeria after now.
Ooh, so
my
next question is going to be a very personal one. Judith, I drive every morning coming to work, and I go through the mile to Clovers. However, now there is a different route now because the bridge over Second Rainbow has been opened. But every single morning I find the FRSC agents actually doing their job, congratulations to them because they do a fine job and they do not
Thank you.
even hinder
Thank you.
traffic. They don't hinder traffic or anything. However, I find that their efforts are arbitrary. Okay, let's stop that one or let's stop that. Or
It's
are
very
they
interesting.
not?
Like-
What exactly are they looking out for? Which vehicles are they stopping? How come they've never stopped me?
I find it very interesting. I remember I was
I
also
have another
coming-
question after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why, because I was
you
coming
have
to
your
they'll stop
seatbelt
your car
fasten,
because
I
they'll
guess.
stop, they'll
Yes.
stop another.
You don't, your lights are on, every other thing on your vehicles are on your vehicle is, you know.
But they don't know this, but they never stop me. Please
They're
don't stop,
trained
don't
now.
stop
They
me
have the
now.
eye, they have the trained eye. Don't
See,
they?
we have been trained to do this job. Every officer you find on the road must have gone through trainings upon trainings upon trainings.
How to identify.
We identify you on the road. Don't forget, like I said, I was an operational man before I became a full-fledged public enlightenment officer. We have the eyes to know something is wrong somewhere.
Is it my body language? Is it my vehicle?
Sometimes that may be, but there are some things we also look out for in your vehicle. If they are not there, then we get to stop.
What are these things?
Number one is you fiddling with your phone, you know, you're trying to, you know, fiddle and put it down. And then we sight you, we know you are fiddling with your phone. So when I stop you and you get to me and you tell me, oh no, the phone
Google
wanted
Maps,
to, and
Google
I
Maps.
no, some people will not even tell you Google Maps because, you know, my phone wanted to first, I wanted to pick it up. Or somebody was calling me, so I was trying to call. No. You see, there's something I tell people about focusing on the road and then fiddling with your phone at the same time. Your brain can only function in a place per time. So these people have been trained to know this. So when you are, you know, fidgeting or fiddling with your phone and you're we already know. You are not on your seatbelt. And immediately you sight a traffic agent, you want to quickly put it on. We sight that, we know that, we stop you. There are other things. There are people behind you who are looking at your vehicle from behind. You press on the brake, the light is not showing. We see that. We ask somebody in front to stop you. So there are so many ways. There are so many things that can be wrong with your vehicle that we stop you on.
Oh.
Then again, there's something I tell people about pre-trip maintenance of your vehicle. Before you go out of your house, check your vehicle. Your lights are on, this one is on, that one is, you know, up to date, and you put your vehicle licenses, your driver license in your vehicle, they are up to date. You drive confidently. You know, some people ask that they give, why do you give if you don't have an offense? They stop you, but sometimes they don't even stop them.
You're already handing out something.
You're already handing out something. Why are you giving them? Now, they have the fault of collecting, right? But why are you, what have you done wrong to say, I want to bring out something?
Before
Sometimes there might just be an inherent fear of the uniform, isn't it? It could be the
fear of FRSC is the beginning of...
Why are you afraid of the uniform? Why are you afraid of FRSC?
It's a mental
conditioning.
thing. It's
We
a
are
conditioning.
there
There
to
we go,
manage your safety on that road.
Listen, anybody in a uniform in Nigeria deserves someone's kind of... Even vulcanizers now, the
But
ones with uniform.
you will agree with me. You will agree with me that when it comes to the case of FRSC, Federal Road Safety Corps, anywhere, not just in Lagos State, top notch.
Mr.
Agree,
Jayeola.
Fred.
I agree.
Agree.
I agree.
Okay,
I
thank
agree
you.
to disagree.
Thank you.
Your job is done.
Okay, let me hear you.
Dr. Jayeola, speaking of people who are road offenders and then, you know, they don't go scot-free, I would say there's a group that we're not putting in this conversation.
Okay, group of.
The public transport, the operators, the keke, the kurupe.
Anything yellow.
Anything yellow.
Anything
With
yellow
black
in
stripes.
Lagos.
With black stripe, that's in Lagos. This thing does not have roadworthiness. It should not be on the road at any shape.
They don't get
form.
stopped.
But they don't get stopped. In fact,
Why?
it's almost as if they have immunity.
Judith, you follow me to the office tomorrow.
Okay.
They get
cough me.
stopped on a daily
I'm
basis.
guilty.
But you agree that the numbers of this yellow transport system we have in Nigeria, I don't want to say buses because there are so many of them in groups,
Contraptions.
that we have in Nigeria are quite
A lot.
a lot. And you know,
Blocking
I'm in
road
Ogudu,
access, traffic.
I'm in Ogudu, or I'm in Ojodu, you are on the island. I can't be here and be there at the same time. Though we have a command there, but they are stationed here. They can't be where you are at the point when you see that. Now, we have been calling for people to collaborate with us.
Okay.
Let's do this road safety thing. It's not a one-man, one-agency thing.
Okay.
You collaborate with us, come in as special marshal members,
Nice.
come in as collaborator. As a coming, you can also collaborate with us on so many things. New Central is collaborating with us on media, and that's why we're propagating this outside. And I'll say kudos to that. Do you understand? So every other person too needs to join hands with FRSC. It's not a day thing. It's not something that we can say, okay, we are going to finish it up in one day. We all know how we are. As Nigerians, we know who we are. We all know how we are. So it's not a job we can finish in one day. But when you come hand in hand with me, as you and Judith have come hand in hand with us now,
Okay. Yeah.
we are going to do this.
My own is that one that likes blocking the road at Ojota. They should probably
Which one?
Because when I don't know, the Kuruki and the Pepe, whenever Kuruki and the yellow buses, whenever they're trying to get their passengers, right? You see them, the
What
exit
side
from
of Ojota?
the other side. Look,
Service lane.
The Ogudu.
The Ogudu end, yeah,
Ogudu
when you're
end.
trying to come out onto the road itself, they are just littered. It's like, leave the road. You know, I mean, you're honking.
Second there, I thought you were going to use a word I wasn't going to be able to defend. Leave the... Okay, thank goodness.
We are moving there.
Judith, I think you should take her offer because she said you would come with her to work one of these days. And this is, I'm also hoping that
And you
Matthew...
too, Marcelo, don't shift it to
Oh, no,
Judith.
no, this is two
You
our
carry
producers.
Marcelo,
Matthew
Marcelo,
Maver and Collins, we have been extended an invitation. We
So we
have
cannot
to
come to
go.
work
And I'm
tomorrow.
hoping that we could serve as special marshals sometime and see what exactly happens.
New Central can actually come
Fantastic.
together
I would
and
like
then
to
we
do
have
that.
a unit in New Central.
I hope I get a uniform.
I don't like sun. I'm not going to be under the
Definitely.
sun.
So that's it.
Judith, you will not go black in one day.
I'm not going to...
Calm down.
Would be in uniforms.
I'm not black.
And would help
No,
with
you're not.
operations like you guys. Is that fair?
did you say?
I'm saying would be in uniforms and would come one day and see what it's like, the life of an FRSC officer
FRSC, do you
for one
understand?
day.
So coming together
Yeah,
with us,
that'd
you
be
will
fantastic.
understand
I'd
how
like
it
that.
is.
I accept your
But I
invitation.
want a wider brim hat too. I don't want to...
You don't
She's
want
worried
this
about the
one.
fashion.
Anyway,
Ladies-
Special Marshal, you'll be wearing a blue regalia, not this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying with us through this session, and thank you very
Thank
much,
you
ma'am.
very much. We
Thank
appreciate
you
for
so
doing
much.
this.
Thank you for
fantastic
having me
having you here.
again.
Thank you.